Good morning, friends. Happy Monday. Deb and I have been talking all about self-care and how important it is that we take the time to care for ourselves, because it's the only way that we really have the energy to care for everybody around us. And we talked a little bit about like caregivers and the fact that sometimes as a caregiver, um, you can feel like it's self-indulgent, or your role is to care for others, and the role of caring for yourselves gets put on the back burner. And the real truth of the matter is that we're better caregivers when we're able to take that time for ourselves, because then we're relaxed, we're cared for, we are in a better state. Maybe it's sleep that you're missing. I mean, we know that can be such an important piece of caregiving. When you're tired, you're not at your best. And so maybe it's just even getting sleep. Maybe it's being able to take a nap. Maybe it's actually, if you are a caregiver, having somebody come in overnight for a night or two so that you can get a good night's sleep. Whatever it is that you can care for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so important. And I was telling Melanie that there's a friend of mine in this area that I just really recently met, and she's the author of some books. But her name's Jess Roney, and one of the things she does is something called the Lucas Project, and it was named after her son Lucas, who has a disability. And her whole thing, I'm not going to say it right, but her whole tagline is kind of caring for the caregivers so they can properly care for their children. And if you're a parent or a caregiver for someone with disabilities, well, probably anybody. It's hard to get out and do something. And it's hard to find people to come in sometimes to provide respite, even because there are challenges there. So she puts together these care packages for caregivers. And she just recently gave 400 away at our Michigan Adventure, our amusement park here, in conjunction with Michigan Adventure and another organization. I forget what it is, something about kids, but they gave the whole family a free day at Michigan Adventure, including lunch, because it's hard for families to go somewhere and have a day. It's expensive and it's hard. For a lot of different reasons. But then she gave out 400 care packages while she was there, these care bags. And so many people thanked her profusely because they're overlooked and they often feel isolated. And I think as caregivers, we tend to feel that way anyway. So anyway, but I think if you don't mind, Melly, we'll just put a link to her books, and
great idea.
She's amazing. And anyway, so
yeah, I think one of the other reasons that caregivers feel isolated is because their focus and most of their time is spent on the one that they're caring for. And that's very isolating, because for the most part, if you have somebody that you're caring for, that means that it's not easy for them to get out and about either. So like just going out for whatever is I don't want to say challenging, but it's not like you just pick up and go. Like you really have to plan for it.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. And you have to know where you're going is able to care for that person too. So there's a lot of things to think about anyway. So I love they took care of the whole family. I love that because siblings sometimes have their own challenges too, because the family can't go places. They're not able to go places either. So it's just kind of a neat, like, let's take care of you today. Everything's free and we're just going to take care of you. So I thought it was awesome. I loved it.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give a couple books if anybody is interested in about self-care for themselves as well. There's a book called The Comfort Book, and that's by Matt Haig. The Self-Love Experiment by Shannon Kaiser, or Braving the Wilderness by Brene Brown. And then there's also a podcast called the Chasing Joy podcast that also does segments on self-care. So in case you're interested.
Yeah, very good.
And we hope you take care of yourself today. It's very important. And we will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.